going to be here too. It is Wednesday, it is family day, so nice to see an audience filled with family members. We want to start by cooking some really fast, easy meals. Please welcome Sandy Richard, who always has the goods when you come on here. You know, I get so much response on Twitter about your recipes because people say they are just really so easy to put together, and that's the whole thing. You want to make it accessible, right?
Absolutely. And you know what I loved? I loved when Leanne tweeted out that, hey, here's what I'm doing most of the time, but you know what? Sometimes, and what did she call it? I think she called it an activity car picnic or something like that. Sometimes I gotta do sometimes I gotta do the activity car picnic.
Yeah.
And that's what today, or the first segment's all about.
Okay.
It's, you know what, guys? Give yourself a break. Of course, it's what you're doing 80% of the time. Things have to be quick. We're trying to avoid takeout. It costs a lot of money. We know that. We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
And so let's do it inexpensively and give ourselves a break. So what we're going to do, the first segment, is a donair, something we can take in the car and we can make ourselves.
Okay, so we're not doing takeout, but we're doing easy meals that are portable.
Portable.
Right, because it's busy. You've got the sports teams that you've got to get your kids to. They got to go to dance class, hockey, and you're stuck in your car.
You're living in that. And
Yeah,
this is the
I'm getting there.
season when parents are at the crosshairs. This is the worst season, and people don't realize that. It's spring break, April, lots of stress, spring concerts, sports are ending, sports are starting. This is when parents are going out of their minds right now. So let's do this.
We're going to the drive-thru.
So we're going to make some easy donairs this time, and then the next segment we're going to do is, later I'm going to show you how to do just a really quick, easy meal that you can wolf down before you leave. So we'll do both.
For those people out there who don't know what donair is, what's a donair? It's like a gyro, falafel.
It's like a shawarma.
Yeah.
It's the stuff that's on the spit. Gyro, it's called sometimes.
Yeah, gyro. That sounds like very Greek accent.
Yeah, yeah, I bet, huh?
Gyro.
Gyro. Yeah. I need some help. But you know, it's a thing that's on the spit. Usually the meats are combined.
Okay.
Lots of great flavors, but lots of salt too.
Right.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make them. I'm going to show you how easy this is to make. Now, if you might want to put on your little gloves. I feel like
I'm going to touch
Oz
the
with
meat,
you.
aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, I feel like you know how Dr. Oz has some good people touch body parts. I get Tracy constantly just to touch food.
Let me get in there.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to add some extra lean ground beef to the food processor. Now you can mash it with a potato masher too, if you don't have a food processor.
Okay.
And I'm also adding some turkey. And I like turkey because it's nice and moist.
Yeah.
Rather than chicken, but I did use a low-fat, turkey as well.
Do you find the turkey's more moist than the chicken? I find they're pretty much the same.
You do?
Yeah, I do, but I like them both, though.
Now, mind you, I am a dark meat person, and I think with the turkey, they do add a little bit more of the dark meat, so maybe that's why I like it. I don't know. I like the flavor. So here's how easy this is. You put the meats in. Now I'm going to get you add spices before you touch the meat. That's garlic.
Yeah, garlic
So a little bit of garlic powder. Now that's onion salt, a little tiny bit of pepper, little cayenne. You don't have to put that in if you don't want. Italian seasoning, couple of teaspoons, and flour. Now the flour is what's going to bind it together. This is a good point. A lot of parents want to know if there's wheat in the meal.
Yes, they do.
There's almost always flour in donair meat. Okay? Almost always. So if you've got a wheat allergy, you want to make sure it's like a spelt flour or something like that you can do. Boom. That's how hard it is to make donair meat.
And then you're done. You don't have to have the big spit.
Right. Now here's the deal.
None of that.
So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this out. Now the reason you do this and the reason you make it all like that, you want to really mung it up. And the reason you do that is, now we're going to take that out. You're going to take this and we're going to push that on there. Okay? Yep. And we're going to take this off. Watch your beautiful shirt. Watch your beautiful shirt. And then you're just going to form it like a skinny flat loaf. And the reason we have to do it in the food processor is because otherwise it would slice like meatloaf. And we don't want that.
I love meatloaf, but that's not what we're making.
But that's not what we're making. We're making donair, right?
Okay, got it.
So we want to make sure that it's thinly sliced like what you see here.
So is this, am I doing this right?
You are
doing that. Because this looks like a meatloaf.
But make it a little bit flatter so it cooks faster,
there we go.
That's it. Now, believe it or not, that little bit of meat, that 1 pound of meat, and you can take your gloves off now.
Okay.
Throw them under the, under there.
I'll hide them
because
right here.
now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how easy it is to slice.
Okay, so we made that, and then what did you do? You
then
baked
what
that?
you did, you take it, you put it in an oven, 375-degree oven for about 55 minutes. That's it. Now what you've got is grab-and-go meat that you made on your own.
And you can just
look at
slice
this.
it and dice it, roll it up.
You can't do this, and it looks just like the gyro meat.
Yeah, it does.
You cannot do that with a meatloaf. It's not going to be nice and fine like that.
Right, okay.
This is like kind of creating your own gyro, and yet you don't have the spit. But of course, all the fat goes down into the little broiler pan that you put it on. So
now, what's good about this as well is you can throw all those veggies in the wrap, right?
Okay,
you can throw the veggies in there. You've got lettuce, you've got tomato, you've got some onions in there.
Yes.
Did you make a bit of a sauce?
You're going to make that right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to combine some mayonnaise, and it's just a light mayonnaise with olive oil.
Okay.
And a little bit of vinegar, a couple of teaspoons of milk,
yeah,
and a little bit of sugar. That is all a donair sauce is.
Okay.
That's it. You whisk that together and you've got your donair sauce. Now when you go to these places that serve gyro or donair, they also always have a sweet sauce, and all that is a sweet Thai chili sauce.
Oh, that's what you use.
That is it.
Sweet Thai chili.
That's what it is.
Okay.
They just buy it in bulk. So when you want to dress up your donair, if you like it with those sauces, you can have, again at home, it's always healthier at home.
Yes, it is.
Because you're using a light mayonnaise.
Well, look at all the substitutions you've put in there. So you wrap this up, and you've got this for on the go, and everyone's healthy, and you've made it in advance. You just put it together at the last minute. So
and here's what I love about it too. If people like mealtime salads, you can do that too.
Cityline.ca for the recipe. Thank you, Sandy.
Hey, thank you.